What's going on, everyone? Welcome to my kitchen. Yeah, today we're not going to be fishing or talking about fishing. Today we're going to be talking about smoking. That's what we're going to be talking about. Barbecue. So I figured I'd change it up a little bit and show you guys some barbecue stuff that I like to do around here in the Karsten household. I got a 9.5 pound boneless pork loin that we're gonna smoke out on the barbecue. If you don't have a big enough smoker to do one of these, obviously you're gonna need a smaller cut of meat, but mine's pretty big. To get a pork like this, the best bet is to go to a butcher and don't just get the stuff that's on the shelf. Talk to your butcher and see what he has or something that he can cut fresh for you instead of just buying like Hormel stuff. That's usually your best bet. Tell him to rough cut it and do the trimming on your own. You can trim any excess fat that you don't want, but you want to leave some fat on there, especially for slow cooking. So let's get to it. I already have the smoker going. I got a fire in the fire box going. We'll show you that later. But for now, rinse it, get it dried, and start seasoning. And now we dry it. Alright, this is where I usually start trimming it up a little bit. Basically, we're just cleaning it up from the butcher. It's kind of roughed out right now, so some guys do it different. This is just how I do it, just so everybody knows. See this silvery type skin? I always get rid of this stuff because this never tastes very good. It's like eating dental floss. That looks pretty good. I'm gonna freeze part of it, or I'm gonna cut it into chops later, and I can have pork loin chops for grilling or broiling or whatever for later. So I'm gonna cut probably about 2 pounds off of this and then start seasoning it after I do that. Now we got our cut, we're ready to season. So what I like to do is when you smoke this, you're gonna smoke it fat side up. So what do I have here? Just a variety of different seasonings. You guys can use whatever you want. Famous Dave's makes some good stuff in the grocery store. Biggest things that you gotta remember is to use a little bit of cinnamon and a whole lot of brown sugar. I use the dark brown sugar, it gives it a richer taste. Just sprinkle a little cinnamon on there. Okay. We're just gonna rub that everything that I got. Rub that around. Sprinkle and rub. Okay. Now it's time for the brown sugar. Just got some brown sugar in a bowl here, just to make it easier. Just let this absorb into the meat. Very good. Rub it in good. I do this process a couple times. Let it sit for a little bit because it gets gooey, and then you can add a little bit more. Basically like giving it a massage. Now you see how I flipped that over and now it's absorbed again. See how dark it is compared to that. Now you can do it again. Just get everything covered. Be generous with the sugar. Now I'm gonna let that sit just for like 2 minutes. Come back and put a little bit more on. Don't be afraid to get your hands dirty. I like to put a little bit of garlic on there. Unfortunately, I ran out of garlic today. I'm gonna use just a little bit of JB's fish sauce. Garlic. That'll work. I'm just kidding. This isn't for human consumption, but fish do love it. So make sure you guys check them out. You could probably put this on there and you'd be fine because it's all fish oil based stuff, so you'd probably be alright. I'm not recommending it, but I'm just saying, you'd probably be alright. Okay, now we've got our meat, small chunk of wood on there. Set the meat in there and let it go for a while. Check on it after a bit. Okay, one more key thing that we want to talk about quick is temperature. If you go too high, you're going to overcook your meat and it's going to be dry and nasty. If you go too low, then you're not going to cook it enough. You're going to have basically raw meat that tastes like smoke. If it goes over a little bit of 200, that's fine, but you don't want to go too hot. This is a low and slow process. You want an internal temp of like 160. Take your time, don't rush it. The more airflow that you get, the hotter it's going to burn. The less airflow that it gets, the lower it's going to burn. That's how you control your temperature. It's pretty simple. An hour or two and just peek and see how it's doing. But other than that, that's pretty much it. An hour or so from being done, I would say. I just folded up some aluminum foil, take some more of that applesauce, spread it out a little bit, soften butter, some more brown sugar, add a little more butter onto the top. This is really healthy, by the way. This is healthy stuff. This is not gluten-free. This is not sugar-free. This is not I'm watching what I'm eating free at all. This is barbecue. Okay, and more brown sugar. So there it is. Now we can go back out onto back on the heat. Let that sit wrapped up on the smoker for like an hour. Take it off, unwrap it, put a little barbecue sauce on it, put it back out there for about 30 minutes. That's called the glazing process. Glaze it. That's it. Bring it back in and you're done. Well, I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit of cooking with GC Fishing. If you guys would like to see more of these videos, drop a comment below and I will make some more cooking style videos. And remember, this episode was brought to you by JB's Fish Sauce. Check them out. I will catch you guys on the next video. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and remember to always stay classy.